Oh, I need to make that go quiet. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we are all having a wonderful Friday. I realize I haven't been streaming for a bit with a combination of Christmas and all of those other fun things. Unity, as well, as you're probably aware by now, has been having issues. Specifically, Unity has been so unstable. It is. I haven't been able to use it. I'm not even exaggerating. It has been crashing every 10 to 15 minutes, and I lose any work I've done since I last saved it. So it wasn't usable. So I went to the newest version of Unity. Um, and that had an issue where I couldn't open the scene because it would immediately crash. Now, this bug is still present. However, there is a workaround. So I've applied the workaround and it seems to be good. Bear in mind, the workaround is very simple, which is delete the meta file, but it took me 2 months to achieve that. Like, literally 2 months of just investigating. Simple fix. Now, finally, I can actually get on with some work. The bug is still present. Hopefully, it won't affect me again. And hopefully, please, hopefully, it's going to be stable. And what I'm planning to do today, I've just noticed there's some read-only files inside there. Might work out how I can detect those. Right, so the plan today is to try and tidy up the code base a little bit. So I want to get on with adding new things. I do, but Unity has been so unbelievably unstable that I'm just basically needing to focus on that. Now, it might be that in the next 2 hours tidying it up and achieve absolutely nothing. It might be I tidy up for the next 2 hours and I find the thing that's making Unity unstable. I'm assuming Unity isn't this unstable for everyone. Dora has a bed, which she is not sleeping on. She is sleeping on a towel, a paper towel, but it's okay. She's over there. We've got the camera on. It's all good. Let me find my mouse cursor and we will stick her in the corner. And sometimes I do put baby in the corner. And I am going to need to work out how I have to search for explore files that are reading. I have no idea. Ah, yeah, I thought that might be the there slash AR slash yes. Okay. What the fuck? The 2024 in build calendar. Huh. Oh, now what was the? So if you're young, you don't know what I'm doing. That's okay. Yes, it's capital A. I don't know if it's actually there slash A read only slash S. Because this dialog here is telling me that some files are read only, and this is telling me there aren't any read only. Because that could cause that. That's the sort of thing that would absolutely cause horror and issues. Is there a way to do it? I'm so amused by that Ian Build 2024 calendar. It doesn't actually appear to be real. What even? Anyway, is there not a way to do it within Windows Explorer? Oh, I did not know that. If I do read only, if I do tribute one, actually, it's everything. Oh, really? Um, yeah, that will be possibly because I'm hammering the computer doing this. Let me turn off noise cancellation. Hopefully that sounds basically exactly the same, only without the noise cancellation. Because I was struggling with that earlier, and I just thought, oh, it'll be all right. So let me know if that's any better, or if you can't hear me at all. Obviously, you can't hear me asking you if you can't hear me. Oh, I was really hoping that would work. More. Honestly, didn't even know that was the thing. I bear in mind that it could also be, that could be your internet. There's so much crap in here. Car phone or business out there. Attributes, there it is. Oh, I don't know what these are. Because I'm having problems. But yeah, see, this says attributes. Read only. It's not actually read only, is it? It can't be. No, okay, so that's actually lying to me for some reason. Um, I'm. I mean, let me listen to myself back because that's what I want. Thanks, Tad. Oh. 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 That sounds really amazingly broken. Oh my god. Um, Hello, testing. Let me also hit the transition button. Okay, so I've just gone from WDM to MME. I assume we all know what WDM and AMDB. Right, hear myself back. Just switch to the fant. Oh, that noise cancellation is nice. Cool. And it appears that, sorry, I forgot to hit transition. So I rearranged the windows and forgot to hit go. Thank you, Tad. Otherwise, I would have done the whole stream. I wonder what happened. Okay, so let me TLDR from the beginning. There's probably no point because no one will read it. But basically, I've worked out how to make Unity work, and I have tidied it up a bit. So I have crazy number of things in FortressCraft. I have 25 gigabytes of assets over 67,000 files. Kind of what I want to do is tidy it up a bit because FortressCraft is, well, Unity is very unstable. And I'm assuming, and it is only an assumption, but I'm assuming that Unity itself is actually not quite that unstable. And that the issue is more to do with me, like something in my scene, something in the project. That's what's causing these issues. One hopes, at least. So part of my goal here is just to tidy up the scene. And when I said, "Hey guys, this isn't going to be a very exciting stream," I did mean it. This is not going to be an exciting stream. So sorry. And at the same time, welcome to writing games. Like, this is something I've chatted about before. Writing games quite often not very interesting. It's just not. And this is going to be one of those days. But I'm here to chat too. I'm here to ask questions. You can ask me all about, what was that thing called? Power World. Don't ask me about Power World. I don't care. So yeah, let's start to wear headphones, otherwise you hear my music. And I've got so many copyright strikes over the years. Dora, I'm sure will move away. But I want to start with, so I've got all sorts of things that I probably don't need anymore. So I want to just do a big tidy up of the scene, not the scene, of the project. So project rather than scene. So the scene itself probably needs tidying. But I'm going to just start deleting stuff, essentially. That's my goal. Wow. This is what I mean. I just said delete that folder. That took 6 seconds just to ask me if I was sure I wanted to do it. It's stuff like that that really needs to be tidied up. But as I said, don't expect it exciting. So I used to have an IRC client in the game. I don't think I'm going to be doing that again. Did I ever use that? References. Apparently I didn't. So I do remember doing that. So we had an IRC client because Twitch is based on top of IRC. So we could actually have in-game Twitch chat. But I just never used that. And hey, Nino the Gnome, or Gino the Gnome, or Gino the Gnome, or... Oh, yeah, Nino the Gnome. Hello, what are you doing? We're still using, like... I mean, I'm not changing anything I don't need to. We're going to continue using a very outdated version of NGUI. As long as it works, I'm going to carry on using it. Right, there we go. Assets, scripts, IRC. So we're not going to worry about that. So were we using this anywhere? Apparently not. So something, look how long it's taking. Everything I do is taking forever. And I might not be able to make that quick, but if I can knock 5 seconds, 1 second of every compile over the course of however long, it will definitely speed it up. Yeah, so 2,500 scripts in FortressCraft. This is not a... Ah, yes, this is the thing we're using for the... Why does this all look so... Oh yeah, HDRP in it. Where's that button? Override exposure. That still looks... Oh, these are new. Why? That's really weird. FortressCraft. Unity does some weird shit. And I like it when they add new things in. I think that's cool and generally speaking useful. I've never needed to jump to wireframe, shaded wireframe, and things like that quickly. It's nice to be able to do it, but I don't need it always on my screen. Oh, what's that? Oh, these are new. It doesn't help as well that I've just pressed a button and it's gone. Ah, okay. Right, that doesn't apply to FortressCraft. Oh boy. So at the minute, my monitor is being repaired as well. So I'm feeling a little bit cramped. Now, I understand that it's the same size display, like it's the same number of pixels as I have been using, but it feels horribly small and cramped. So I apologize if stuff is unreadable, which it probably is, let's be honest. Unity has, I think at some point in the past, all of the Unity devs got given 4K monitors. I think they have been only working on 4K monitors for a very, very long time. So I generally run on a 55-inch 4K screen. And that's fine. Like Unity's really, really nice on that. What the hell's going on? Whereas if I was running on, I'm now on a 1440p 32-inch, I think it is. I got a tape measure in hand? Of course, I have a tape measure at my desk. I'm a bloke. No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Let's see how big my screen is. My screen is. Hey Siri, what's 77 centimeters in inches? 30. Yeah. So I have a 30-inch screen. And it's the weird thing is, right? And I don't know how old you guys are, but if you had a 30-inch screen in the 80s, right, that would be your main television that you would watch from 10 feet away on your in your living room. Whereas this is a 30-inch screen, and I am squinting, desperately trying to read because everything is so small. Now, Unity does not properly support scaling, so I can't even scale this stuff up and down. Yeah, to have my new monitor. Oh, have I got a story about my new monitor? So I bought a 55-inch curved screen, and I use it at a distance of about 2 feet, right? So it takes up my entire field of view. So it's quite minority report. So genuinely, sorry, my entire field of view, everything I can see is that monitor, and it's 4K, so it's nice and high res. It's very, very good. It feels extravagant, but genuinely going back to this monitor here feels horrible. This is interesting, by the way. Let's delete that. But I've got a video, but it doesn't really help. But I've got a video to prove it because it's an intermittent issue. But the backlight, so one of the backlights is flickering. So the guy came round to repair it, and so bear in mind this monitor, it is a 55-inch curved monitor, but it's a 55-inch tiltable monitor. It can go from portrait to landscape. Because of that, the base is big. So when the guy came round, there's just one bloke, and I went, "Oh," I said, "Is it just you?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Ah." And then I showed him the box, and he went, "Oh God." And then I said, it's a 55-inch monitor. It also weighs 55 kilograms. What's that? 120 pounds. Now, I can probably lift it, but only bloody just. So he said, "Well, can you give me a hand?" So I had to help him get it off the desk. I had to use my tools to undo it. I had to explain to him that we had to use the box in order to support the monitor, take it to bits. Then, quite weirdly, he took the control box and the monitor, but not the stand and not the cable. So the cable is a special cable, and the monitor doesn't work without the stand. He goes, "No, we don't take stands." I was like, "Okay, but you can't stand it on the. It doesn't work like that." Anyway. So it's gone, but I had said to them, and I said to them, and I've emailed them, and I've been very, very clear here. This is an intermittent issue, and here is a video of it happening. So for God's sake, don't go, "No, it seems to be fine." Yeah, brilliant. I know it was fine when you've got it. However, it isn't fine all the time. But yeah, hopefully... I'm just checking my why did I say it? Intermittent. Yeah, just want to make issues intermittent. I don't have a good replay rate. I do have a video of it, but I don't want to say, "Oh, it might be your monitor settings" or anything like that. But yeah, so he's left the stand. Now, I'm not joking. When he comes back, I might have to say to him, "Can you help me? Because this is so big, it is not a one-man job." Also, in his, he had an 85-inch television as well. And I'm looking at it going, there's no way you moved an 85-inch television by yourself. It's not that it's heavy, but you can't pick it up by yourself. It would just break. So yeah, TLDR, I am on... I mean, I feel like the most middle-class gamer ever going, well, I'm only on a 30-inch 1440p curved screen. Actually, it's 32-inch because it's curved, isn't it? It's still a glorious monitor. It's absolutely wonderful. It's just the relative to essentially I had a wall to work on, which was wonderful. So yeah, I apologize if stuff isn't readable. Let me know if not, or if if you want to. Um, and I will work out where my restream tab has gone. Which tab? Anyway, but it's not broken. It's just being fixed. But I was kind of expecting a phone call from yesterday saying, "Hey, we're going to replace it," because this is the thing. They're not going to actually send me a new one. Sorry, they won't replace it. They'll only send me a new one. But I can't imagine they're going to send me just the box and the monitor. They're going to just send me a whole one. They're going to have in it with two stands, quite weirdly. Well, I've got a hell of a desk. I am thinking about rearranging my desk on the other side of the room, but I thought maybe that might be something I do to celebrate FortressCraft's release. I love this. Missing prefab. What's it called? But yeah, I just want to sort of essentially poke around and go, wait, what's that? Wait, what's this? I don't think I use distance tool. I have used it, but I would do it differently these days. Hey, Ironite, how you doing, man? I also need to work out how to change my Twitch. Oh god, why are you showing me adverts? Are you going to make me do my? Ugh. I can't believe Twitch accounts are that important that they have to text me a code. Like, that's just odd. So when I go live, I still get a stupid message about going live in these unprecedented times. Create a dashboard, maybe. Oh my god. Settings, stream, channel. Stream manager. Oh god, shut up. Where do I set the Twitch message displayed when I start streaming? To use go live notifications, right? Stream manager, and then hit stream info. See that? I hate these. I hate it when the instructions are like this because it's like, dude, what? That looks. Oh, okay. So he means under the quick actions, which they've put on the left, but on mine are at the bottom. Yay, there we go. Go live notification. What can we have? Well, I can't spell today, can I? Category. Well, that's stupid. Can I do FortressCraft? Sometimes I can. Wow. 5,000 people follow FortressCraft Evolve. Wait, more people follow the game than me? Dudes. Audience, everyone. Wow. Game dev, game developer. Wow, one of them was game streamer. Indie. Wow, indie. Can't type. Indie games. Indie game. Okay, Twitch. Seriously, you need to sort this out. You need to go, these are the same, and collapse them. Are there drugs, intoxication, or excessive tobacco use? That's an interesting phrase, isn't it? Significant profanity or vulgarity? Nah, fuck that. Sexual themes? Well, it is me talking, so maybe just a little. Don't think that's what they mean. Awesome. So thank you to Dawn for that. So we won't be, it won't tell people there's still a pandemic on. Objects, environment, structural elements. What the hell are these? So it's a folder called objects. That's quite frankly amazing. Like, I don't know what half this is. It's been so long. Oh, okay. This is an asset pack called Alien Heart, which and there's an actual heart too. Okay, that's fine. Keep that one. But the atlasing system will all be disappearing. Not today. Component layer GUI. Component GUI layer in main camera. Okay. I have no idea what that's talking about. That's nice, Mr. Unity. Probably delete the Oculus stuff as well. Because if I have VR support, it will be OpenXR. Because obviously Oculus was the first proper VR headset on the market. I also need to do Nightbot as well, but I'm not doing that right now because I don't care very much. And I see, I kind of want to get rid of some of this stuff, but at the same time, having them kind of helps. Oh man, look at all these broken materials. They aren't ones I'm currently using, which helps, but they are ones I will be using. It's mostly the scripts folder, but I'm avoiding getting into that quite yet. I will check out the Christmas level kit in a moment, though. Oh, that'll be for the Christmas snowman, innit? Although I'm not sure you can build that because it needed snow. What was I playing? So I did play Power World. And it's interesting, like all of these survival games. So I played it for a while, then I go, I kind of want to play FortressCraft. Like Power World, I like because it's got the it's automated. Like basically, you build some stuff and it's boring. You know, you have to go and click on this and do that, and then you get a pet immediately. Like really, really quickly, you get pets, and that works for me. Having stuff doing things for me, that's what I like. I like to be less a person and have everything done on my behalf. Right. Ultimate Alien. Oh yeah, I'm using some of those. Not sure I'll be using Slightly Mad though. Realistic natural cave. Some of these I go, well, I'm definitely not using that, and I realise what I'm actually using is, the mushrooms or something. I hate this. I need to open up the material, and by default, it hides the material flyout, which is stupid because by default, it's the same size. Yes, it does. Are you going to let me upgrade the Unity? It's very weird. Unity does an absolutely piss poor job of convert selected materials. Like it does. This is a Unity legacy shader, and it just can't. It just goes. Nah, I have no idea. I can't bother to do all these myself because I was thinking about doing the stalactites. So I just go across to this one, probably the other thing. Yeah, so it's not ideal, obviously. I hope you sort of get the idea of some of the assets I was going to be. Let me just fix one of them, just because. I don't think I'd ever use this because they've got, how many have they got? No, I am using these. I mean, I'm not sure I'm actually using these, but kind of am. So this is 1D. Doesn't help as well. I've got a bloody, is that PDSD? Yeah, I've got PDSD and a PNG for each one, and they look completely different. Brilliant. Right, so the oh, honestly, guys, I mean, I promise you, I mean, you know me, I've been developing shit for a long time. I promise you, I'm doing my best, but it is sometimes unbelievably overwhelming to deal with the FortressCraft code base because it is so freaking huge now. It is monstrous, like mind-bogglingly big. It really, really is. And I'm like here going, oh, there's all of this stuff that I mean, I've even forgotten this existed, for goodness sake. If I go to 1D instance, there we go. We do have a thing. People, I mean, we had quite a long discussion the other day in one of the chats because someone was having an issue with one of with the server that's been up for 145 days, and I'm sort of going through the code base trying to help him because I'm nice like that, and I'm like, dude, there's so much in this game. It is absolutely crazy. Mission intensity. Yeah, I'm not going to be fixing these, but I was. Was I using them? I thought I was. Let's go back. But at this point, I still don't have a plan. I'm going to sit here and fiddle with the code base and fix stuff that annoys me as we sort of go on. Now, as time progresses, I will be having to focus more on. These are yeah. What are these? So we've got a rock. I mean, I don't. Oh, and then a cube to show me how big it is. Are these my fancy rocks? Yeah. I'm not saying I'm giving up or anything like that. It's just that occasionally, just do be aware that we are talking about a code base that is a decade in the making, and I haven't been near it in quite a long time. So there's sometimes quite a lot of Dude, I don't remember what the hell is going on with this code base anymore. Yes, I did have some nice rocks. And then some stuff. Yeah, I did use. I thought I did. These aren't actually prefabs yet, are they? Sorry, they aren't spawnable prefabs. Because we do have all of... Oh, there's pink. I thought I'd fixed all the pink. Oh. Where's the light bulb symbol? Oh, I see. They removed light bulb to... It never ends, does it? It's endless. It's just code bases. Yes, I do the... Oh, I guess I could reduce the exposure. Oh, it's Unity sometimes is making itself more difficult, not easier. That I'll have a bump map. Did not have a bump map. But this is where I wish that I had more money personally, but where I wish I had enough money just to hire a junior and say, your job is get rid of all the pink. You have 6 months. See you then. This is where being a single indie dev, I have to do all the club stuff and all the cool stuff and all the mega grunt stuff. That's when I go quiet. I'm just trying to have some music to listen to. Why is that? Oh, they're different colours. So I thought one was animated, one wasn't. What game was it that used these? Was it Imperium Galactic Empire, I think? It's the exact same asset pack. But yeah, no bump map is surprising. I'll also, as time goes on, be up-resing some of these and also making sure they are all MIP streaming. I really wish I knew what that meant, by the way. Like AP, oh, AP tentacle. Okay, that makes more sense. Excuse me. Now, at some point, there'll be an ongoing task for performance, and that's when I'll be undoing a lot of this stuff, or at least having a second pass at it. I'm not looking forward to in the slightest, but we will come to that, because one thing that is important to me is performance, and I think a lot of people don't worry about performance anywhere near enough. How long will it take? It's not very hard. Well, it's what I'm doing here. You go, oh, that's pink. And then you go, right, so it's this one here, it's pink. What texture is it? It's that one. Apparently it has a bump map in one, but that's okay. We'll memorize the bump map and you change it to HDRP lit. And then you press Control Z, click that one, see which one highlights there, press Control Y, then drag that one into the base map, and then it will fix. And remember that one did have grunge. That's that. Done. It's a bit late now, but bear in mind, it did take a long time. And then in the future, that I'm not looking forward to, I want to come back and do this all over again, because I am moving backwards from very, very, very optimized shaders back to the default shaders, which are not optimized at all. So Reef Glow. Oh, what the hell? Layering. Bug, I forgot the other one was called. Something in Lum. That's okay. Controls it all the way through. Click on that one. AP Reef Glow. That was it. I don't mind doing it. It's just time consuming. And well, I have to come back to all of these and check the glowing stuff. It's ironic, of course, because these aren't gameplay things. These are just parts of the what's it? These are just scenery. They're not even, they're not important. I can't ship it with that, can I? I have to do it for every single object in the entire game, of which there are hundreds. That's the issue. It's not that it's hard, but there's a lot of them. And there are a lot of objects in the game. But it's okay. I do need to very much get better at streaming and getting back into this, because I have been not slacking. That's definitely not the right term. I don't slack. I have been working on lots of things. There is a solid chance of a PS2 VR exclusive I'm going to be working on. I have a asymmetric VR game on Steam that I've been working on. I have got another game. So basically, I carry on working on things, but usually what I'm doing is I'm working on things that will become useful for FortressCraft, because I have to know shit, and I don't know shit like inherently. I have to specifically go out my way to learn shit, and I don't learn it usually inside the code base that I am working on. That's usually quite a bad idea. I say a lot. I want to say it again. I'm fighting the urge to say It's very hard. Yeah. Ah, man, I can't start sentences without saying oh my god. So although I haven't been working, and I'm also got an Xbox game as well. So I've been working on an Xbox game, a PSVR game, an asymmetric game, and a HDRP game to learn stuff. So learning stuff is important, and it's hard to learn stuff when you are doing it. A friend of mine linked me a, I don't know, what was it? Was it you could be constructive or creative, but not both? I can't remember off the top of my head. Something like that. And essentially, you can tidy stuff up, or you can be creative. It's very hard to do both. Was it you can be creative or you can plan? I can't remember. But essentially, oh, I've lost my train of thought now. Essentially, it's very hard to learn on the same project you're actually working on. It's much easier to learn on another project, and then to carry on there. It's also quite hard to do grunt work and talk and think about what I'm saying, because I don't have a script. I wish I had a script. Would make life so much easier. But yeah, I have played a few other automation games. I played through the new Dyson Sphere program. Holy shit, they are obviously FortressCraft players. It's fucking hilarious how much of that game is now cribbed out of FortressCraft. Like, not even, well, it is funny. I'm like, nice, but yeah. I mean, Bureau of FortressCraft, it's not necessarily that it was, what's the word? Innovative. It was just early in this sort of genre. So we did stuff that everyone does. We just happened to do it first. But yeah, the new Dyson Sphere program. Oh man, I forgot how horrible it is playing it single player. First of all, secondly, the bad guy stuff is broken as hell. Like, once you've got missiles, you just cover your planet in missiles and then just put one targeting nearby, and it just turns into a grind very quickly rather than being interesting. And with FortressCraft, I tried very hard to make the creep interesting and the resin interesting. Now, the bug attacks in FortressCraft, I don't think they're that good. They improved in one of the expansion packs because you got the bugs that actually would wreck your infrastructure. So rather than just defending your CPH, some bugs would target power clusters. That made them more interesting. So I'm going to be doing more of that stuff. So guaranteed, just going to say it now, there will not be a situation where your base gets blown up. It may get disabled with goop or having power wiped or something. But I want to make it more interesting. I have lots of ideas. I've been playing a lot of Hard Space Shipbreaker as well. Wonderful game. I did not like it when I first saw it. And then I played it and went, oh my God, I love this game. And I love the dystopian corporation sort of thing they've got going. So yeah, playing games and doing other things is always for me a way of thinking about what I want to do. When I write other games, it's a way about thinking. So what we've got going at the minute. So in the last 2 months, we've got VR Dungeon, Pool of Planets, Mothership Hunters, Astro Trucks, Mothership Forever, Ship to Bits, Panopta Space, and Detailing. 4 months ago, I got distracted and started to import entire Warcraft maps into Unity and then put them in VR. And oh my God, it's amazing. Oh my God, why is Warcraft not VR? But yeah, I'm always doing something. I'm always working. And thankfully, I am not at the point where I need to absolutely just hammer myself on FortressCraft, because it's difficult. I will keep saying this because obviously I should announce the stream, really. Let's do that. Let's announce the stream. Because I should do. That's why we have an announcements channel. Typo, and I just said at. Wait, if I type at everyone, it suggests I say at Tad forever. No, everyone. Send now. I hate doing it, everyone, but it is on the announcements channel. That's where you do stuff. That's where you do announcements. because yeah, it'll only be another hour or so. But I find streaming like showering. I'm like, oh, I don't want to shower. I don't want to get the shower. I don't like showers. I've got better things to do. And then you get in the shower and you're like, I love it here. I'm never leaving. So streaming is kind of the same thing. I like, oh god, it's effort. I don't want to do this. I don't do that. And then very quickly, I am like, oh, I'll just stream for the rest of the day. So I want to get back into it. I have a funny feeling I can't do next Friday. Why can't I do next Friday? Oh yeah, your mum's coming over. I might be able to next Friday. Probably not. Friday afterwards, probably not. Friday after that, yes. There is a distinct chance on the next stream then I will be sporting a hilarious moustache as I am going to be playing a German SS officer in a film, an actual film, not just someone's going to film me dressing up as a German. So that'll be interesting. So I am over the next, how long? 17 days. I will not be trimming my moustache as much, and I will let the makeup ladies trim my moustache. I assume it's going to be a beautiful makeup lady. It might be, as far as I know, some massive old bloke. Who knows? Yeah, Dora is. Oh, that is her face. Let's do big Dora. Oh. I could probably, you know, just stream Dora and just be done with it. Just literally stream Dora and just talk. No one needs to see my code. There's nothing exciting happening. Yeah, bear in mind, Tad, it's not really live viewers. I want to get live viewers. I wouldn't be streaming at 1 o'clock on the Friday afternoon. I would be getting I would be doing like late evening streams. It's more to do with several hundred people, quite amazingly, come and watch the streams back. It's also sad when I watch the old streams because I just wanted to check. So yeah, 5 years ago I did patch 18, and in the bottom right is just a pink basket which is empty. And after, when did he get in? I do miss Mr. Seafy. I think we all miss Mr. Seafy. I don't know if I did stream with Ajax as well. Where was that? Wait. Yeah, I'd love to get an AI to just to get all of the footage off all of my streams that were full of cats. It'll happen one day. I mean, the AI will become much more useful than it is right now. I'm just going to grab that. How's the deving? Not very well is the short answer. I'll go back to that in a second. So I've just looked at it. Look at Mr. Old Seafy. Where was that 5 years ago? Oh, old man is all getting in the box. So yeah, Blue Lemonade. So a number of issues, which I'll chat about why you can watch Unity. Unity? Dora. Oh, imagine if I called my next cat Unity. I'm not doing that. Number of issues. So first of all, Unity has been very, very unstable. And I don't just mean recently. I mean Unity has been unstable for, fuck me, well, since I started the dev. That is a huge problem. I need my dev environment to be stable. In a desperate attempt to make it more stable, I managed to get into a situation where I could no longer use Unity. So I have been literally broken for 2 months, 3 months now. Like I just haven't been able to do any work. Now, Unity has also been incredibly crashy. Now, it hasn't crashed today. So maybe, just maybe, they have actually improved things. That's a nice thought. I like that thought. Probably not though. I haven't been like sitting here just with my thumb up my ass because that'd be weird. But I have been working on plenty of other projects. There's not enough money in my bank account by a long shot, so hopefully I can sell another game that makes some money. Or, as often happens, a weird and wonderful contract turns up. Because obviously I did an MMO. When was it? A couple of years ago. That made enough money to put a deposit down on my house. That's the level of cash that one made. And I did a bunch of what's the word? Not engineering. Oh God, I'm tired. Lecturing work earlier in the year, and the lecturing work was very good, and that also put some more money in the bank. So although I have been doing these other projects primarily to learn, and also because I actually do like writing stuff, a lot of it has been to hopefully sell. So that I have a PSVR, hopefully, a PSVR exclusive coming out that should actually be really good. I'm working with somebody on that one, and it's mostly art driven. So it's mostly them, not me. So that's good. So yeah, lots of things have been happening. Not all of them as good as they could be. Today, more pink, just more pink. So this is Tundra Breath, D, E, and N. Okay. D, diffuse. E, elimination, no, emissive, eliminated, and N for normal. Oh, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, so Dora is not sleeping in her bed. Dora is sleeping on a random towel I left on a beanbag. Oh, I can see her breathing. Oh, what an angel. But she is, yeah. So her bed is next to it. She's got like this fancy bed. She's never slept in it. She's only slept on it. So it's a bed that she's supposed to go inside, and she's just like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Goopy dangler. Are these even used? Wow, this is just called 11111. Well, it's the naming conventions will make it easy to find. At some point, I will just make everything MIP streaming as well, but not today. But yeah, Tad, as I said, it's hard to stream when the stream be, hey guys, I can't work this week. See you next week. But I do get, that's why I forced myself today. I went, oh, because I didn't want to stream today. I really didn't want to stream, but I'm like, I should. I know I'm going to be busy for a few weeks. Like, I won't be able to stream. Well, not on a Friday. I mean, I guess I stream other days. But I got up, and I think the trick was I got up and I turned on my streaming PC. And then I had to go and get another keyboard, and I had to go and get another mouse because the stream keys between my different computers hadn't worked. And then I had to fix one with my main computer because the capture card wasn't playing properly. And I was at 10 o'clock, I was ready to stream, and I managed to start streaming by midday. And it's one of those, you forget. And that's the problem, is that, why are these two different? And that's part of the problem, is that I want to just get on with stuff. And suddenly I find myself having to wrestle annoying crap like that. Oh, and of course the computer needed an update. So obviously I had to do that. I forgot the names. These are great names. Dangling Undergrump, Leafy Dangler, Tundra Breath, Tri-Seed, not a great name, Coxcomb. That's a name. Diffuse Desat. Is that green? I feel that should have been a green colour like that. I don't remember. I mean, if you guys remember what this one is, let me know because it's been a while. I think these are the plant seeds, but you don't generally see them because you're either harvesting the plants up close or you're automating it. You should automate it, automate everything. So that's the one thing that does make me sad about Dyson Sphere program is that they, because of the nature of the game, you can really create mega bases because you can just click and drag from A to B. On the flip side, what was interesting is they've added logistics drones to the game. So I said I've played through till I cleared down one system. I've got a few rare things from another system. It takes 50 to 100 hours. I do enjoy the game, but you don't need any conveyor belts anymore. You do everything with drones. And if the drones aren't fast enough throughput, you just put more drone stations down. So they completely ruined what I loved the most about the game, which is, I've got this chemical plant here. Oh, how the hell do I, put that result from that chemical plant over here in this busy cross section? You go, I'll put a drone station in. I was like, oh, like they've embraced drones massively. Now, I kind of understand why. And a lot of that is because the game takes place on a scale that makes FortressCraft look teeny tiny. I get that, and that's cool. But at the same time, but that was one of the best bits about the game, and you've just kind of made it. Yeah, yeah. Thorn, pod, worm, tube, reef. Oh, I'm going to put screen. I'm actually a bit pleased to see those again because it's been quite a while since I've seen those. Did I make these textures streaming? Yes. How about these ones? Okay. I kind of know what I was doing now because I was like, oh, these are broken. But stuff like this, I've got a TIFF, a PSD, and a ping. Right, which one did I change? Go on, Control Z, Control Z. Oh, they're all the same. Okay. So we've got a ping. I'm going to eat the PSD because those ones annoy me. Yeah, unfortunately, see, Factorio devs are idiots in a number of ways, but specifically here, they tried to nerf the logistics bots, and everyone bitched. They went, "All right, then we'll leave it in." So in FortressCraft, you have logistics bots, but they are really minimal. They're designed for maybe moving missiles, maybe moving fuel pods, but not for en masse stuff. For very, very small stuff. Because otherwise, that's the game. The game is organizing your logistics. The game isn't tech rushing to drones and then skipping all of that. Like if I was going to be doing, if I was to play Dyson CF program through again, because on my second playthrough, I had no idea the logistics drones were even there. And now I'll be like, yeah, that'll be my first research, literally my very first research as soon as I can. And then I would only be doing those. Like I would build my bases completely differently. What is that? Commit those. Writers, what a great word. Don't get to say it enough. But yeah, for Factorio, I remember there being a hoo ha about them trying to nerf logistics bots and everyone bitched. And I was like, the advantage of logistics bots, of Falcors, is that they don't require any routing. Therefore, the drawback should be they can't move massive amounts of stuff. And in DSP, I have yet to need more than 2 drone stations, even for the most in demand thing. 20 bots is fine, 2 drone stations, piece of cake. So I'm like, well, I won't bother. The exception, I mean, to be fair, I've still built my what's we call it, my oh, what did it, it's not an infiltrator. What do they call it when you paint the objects to make them twice as good? That one, I forgot the name of it. I'm sure somebody will tell me in a second. Basically, that's the only exception. I just still have a single chain of that going through the world because it's really handy. The drawback with logistics bots is quite obvious because I'm like, oh, I'm out of metal plates. Well, where were they coming from? Proliferator. Thank you, Arrakis. I knew somebody would. So the problem with the drones is you're like, oh, I'm out of yellow proliferators. Why? So then you're flying around going, is it even on this planet? Whereas if you've normally got a conveyor belt with everything arriving, you can see the conveyor belt's empty. And they have no system. And Arrakis, if they do, please tell me it's in there. And don't say a mod. I'm like, oh, normally a drone would be bringing metal plates here, but it's not. I don't remember where it is. When you're playing the game 100 hours, and it's like, oh, I built that 95 hours ago. And not having that is rubbish. I don't know if it's actually worth. Oh, I think Steam was playing silly factors, wasn't it? You're going to be doing. I hate this new Steam thing. I hate it to bits because I have to have multiple levels of this stuff. Are you going to also do my password as well? No. I don't want to update. I just want to play it. Ugh. But it's interesting because Dyson Sphere Program and Factorio, to my mind, are both games to a great degree better than FortressCraft. In a number of ways, they are. I mean, FortressCraft is different, and obviously, this is written by a shit ton of people, and obviously, this is written by little old me here. Uh, oh, there's been a patch. Ooh. Icarus could throw items. Why? Uh, Added pile sorter. Okay. Added a plasma turret. Okay. Is it still in early access? 3 years. That's not early access. That's games service. Come on. But yeah, I'll show you it briefly because I'm not going to show off my base. Because I find this really interesting. Looking at other games that are similar is really important. Because then I can say, oh my gosh, that I want to do. Or I never want to do this. And I'll kind of show you what I mean. Because I am curious to chat with players. Because players might be like, yeah, we want drones. And then maybe I'll have a drone mania mode or something like that. Yeah, so matter movers work well because they're essentially still. Oh yeah, I was trying to. Oh, okay. Also save. I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, that's where I died. Oh yeah, and the you didn't save the last 10 minutes reload. Yeah. So here we go. This is what happens. I don't know. I wouldn't if I describe myself as endgame. And holy moly, this looks horrible on this screen. My god. Okay, this is the wrong resolution. What? Anyway, this is the problem. This is what the game ends up like. And let's just say for sake of argument, this isn't working because I'm not receiving any. Check the filter. I'm not receiving any silicon, any high purity silicon. Cool. Where does high purity silicon come from? Like I have got a whole planet here. So then I'm down to going. Now, if I had a conveyor belt coming in and the conveyor belt was empty, I could be like, aha, that's why. But yeah, you see, don't get me wrong, it looks cool. It does look super cool. But I don't think it's a logistics game at this point. I think this becomes more of an incremental game because I'm not really doing any logistics. So I have a number of things like this here. So what we've got is you've got a drone. So you've got your proliferators running. So I do like running one single proliferator line around the whole base. Because here I can see, for reasons unknown, I've still got yellow. I've still got green proliferators. So I should probably fix that at some point. But what I do is I have a set of drone stations arrive here. Then I do the crafting and then drop off at a drone station. So you end up with these tiny, tiny like micro factories all over the place. Which is well and good, and it kind of has some of that beauty. But then you find like here, if we're out of these, I don't know where they're made from. Like, I mean, they're made somewhere, but I don't know where. So that to me is a problem. Like a genuine problem. Because this, do you know? Am I making sense? As in, this isn't a logistics game now, because it's just a numbers game. Rather than having to like sit here and optimize little conveyor runs and things, you just build drones for everything. And I think that's to a degree. I think that's ruined it a little bit. I will make a proper save this time rather than dying in space. And there's no way to assault the dark fog from the planet. So it's just like I have to keep flying out there with my fleet and going, oh, I've lost things, fly back and get some more. I like the logistics stuff here to automatically fill up. But it's basically long range item injectors, which is kind of cool. But then you're like, they're just long range item injectors, guys. Like, oh. But they have added inventory capacity 7. Yeah, want that. But yeah, here. So a good example. I don't have any white research. Right, so I don't have white research. So I can see here, I am using conveyors for these. This is okay. I can see that my issue is not yellow, blue, red, purple, or green. But if I go over here, where do we make the white ones? We make it here. And we do have 3. So here we go. So this isn't working because it doesn't have any antimatter. Antimatter is delivered from here. But I want a button mark because it does say 1 available routes. Well, bloody show them. Now I happen to remember, thankfully, that it's just here. But if I come back to this base in a day, a week, a month, a year, I won't remember this at all. I'll be like, I have no idea. See, and I'm happy to hear someone, with a dissenting opinion. Um, Differences are what make us human. And it was already a problem with this. Like here, I have 10 of these coming from, I don't know where. Don't tell me. Somewhere. Great. I have 10 of those coming from somewhere. And I don't like that. I don't like me not being able to follow the logistics and see where the issues are. But yeah, they've added Jammed, how could use ammo to reduce enemies' movement speed periodically, or I could just blow them up. That's nice they've added another inventory capacity because there wasn't quite enough. And I like the auto item injectors, though FortressCraft has a very different ethos to this. FortressCraft's ethos is 100% your base creates stuff, not not you. But in this game, you build stuff. Oh wow, they've just added speech and everyone hates it. But yeah, I do like Dyson Sphere Program, and it saddens me that they have achieved a much bigger scale than I have. I mean, an insane scale. But at the same time, I think they've lost their way a bit because it's not really any what's the word? There really is all sorts of errors going on. But I like Dyson Sphere Program. I like Mindustry because they haven't. Mindustry have just scaled up the logistics game to the highest level, and I think that's very very cool. Whereas Dyson Sphere Program just went, oh yeah, we're just doing logistics bots. Just build those. Just build loads of those. Build those and power, and you're done. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kohaka. The thing about matter movers is the trade off is huge amounts of power in exchange for huge amounts of throughput. If you don't ever need lots and lots of throughput, then obviously it's no good. But it's good to have it there. Yeah, the problem is I'd love to have stuff like that in FortressCraft. I'd love to be able to create conveyor runs that much, but I don't really see how you would in a 3D game because it's not a 3D game. Sorry, I've just had someone request to join a group I run. They joined Facebook 4 hours ago. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to. They aren't going to be a bot or anything, are they? What is that? Bauble breeze. Yeah, click and drag to remove large lines of belts in 3D. How the hell are you going to do that? Why are that done 3 places? Oh, that's the same place. Okay. The thing with matter again, you Kohaka, you seem to want to have it advantages all around. The advantage of matter movers is you have a higher throughput. The disadvantage of matter movers is they use more power. This is where FortressCraft, I think, this is the real reason I think FortressCraft has got a huge player base that love it. It's because I haven't done what Dyson Sphere Programmable Factorio have done, where logistics bots are the best. Which is better, conveyor belts or matter movers? Conveyor belts or Falcors? Conveyor belts or lifts? They each have advantages, they each have disadvantages, and they each have situations where they are the best. But there's no best solution. What you seem to be complaining about is there's no best solution, but that's by design. So when you come to build in Dyson Sphere program, when I set up a new base, it's like, right, copper extractor, copper smelter, into a storage thing, drone station on top. Done. Every time. There is no situation where I will go, oh, should I use this? Should I use that? Factorio has a similar issue. You've got trains, but trains, and then again, unless the game has radically changed, trains are completely pointless. They are for the EP rocket firing optional endgame. You don't need trains at any point in the base game. You would just use conveyor belts. Like, again, unless the game has radically changed. In FortressCraft, each of the different things, I think everything in the game has a use. It has a situation where it is best, and it has a situation where it's not any good at all. But there is no situation where something is always the best. Logistics drones are always the best. But yeah, Kohaka, but why would I do that? Let me just refresh what you just said. What do I invent a machine that's better than all the other machines? Well, then you just use that. The point of matter movers is they are excellent when you need to get a lot of something through over a short distance. They're better than conveyor belts at that point. Logistics carts work good for lots of things over long distance, but have the drawback that they have quite a big setup time, and so on and so on and so on. Yeah, exactly. Trains are for non-default world settings after the end of the game, therefore can be discounted as an actual thing. Ah, thank you, Bluetricity. Wait, sorry, is there an expansion to Factorio coming out? Really? Did it leave early access yet? You tell how much I actually like because I own Factorio on the thing. I wish if FortressCraft had sold as well as Factorio, we'd be on update 400. But you know, I wish. Oh, is it actually out of early access then? Okay, that's a good start. Oh yeah, it's been out of early access for 5 years, 4 years. That's how much attention I've been paying. Like I said, Factorio to me. And I love a lot about it. I love how it looks. But a lot of Factorio for me didn't feel like fun. It felt like a fucking ball ache. So I don't like their combat system at all. I really don't like being harassed and then I have to move. There's a reason that FortressCraft starts with energy weapons and later on you get physical weapons because it's a pain in the ass. Same thing with Dyson Sphere program. I'm like, right. How do I get energy weapons? All right, they're in game. But notice their trailer, which is a great trailer. Don't get me wrong, this is a brilliant trailer. Look at the trains, and it's showing off stuff that is not. This isn't the game. This is showing off. Well, it's just showing what could be, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I don't actually like Factorio. I mean, bear in mind, last time I played Factorio, the only power generation was steam. And I remember getting so hacked off going, oh, dude, it's still just steam. But the biters, they have never come across as fun. They're annoying. They're a pain in the ass. It means that if you haven't spotted how they come in, they'll get right in and they'll destroy your base. And it's like, that's not fun. And even in the trailer, they've got like, they're running them over with the train. Like, that's an actual thing. So I don't like a lot of Factorio. Their science stuff is so similar to ours, it's shocking. I honestly don't recall who nicked it from who. I'm sure one of us did. Maybe both be from another game, don't remember. But yeah, their combat. I have played it, but I usually play it with combat off because I'm like, it's just not fun. It's not interesting. And I'd like to think FortressCraft's combat is interesting, but you can turn it off in Factorio, which doesn't stop you. In FortressCraft, combat is part of the game. It is integral to progression. Your goal is to do something. I don't know what the goal is in Factorio. You just start off on a planet hitting copper. You're supposed to put a turret perimeter. Oh God, see that's not fun either. Certainly when you got to run physical bullets the way around it. But yeah, this is one of those that when I play Factorio, or which I don't, or Dyson Sphere Program, I play it and I go, I really like Dyson Sphere Program's drone-based item injectors. I think that's super cool. Not sure it suits FortressCraft. I utterly dislike Factorio and Dyson Sphere Program's ammo-driven turrets, so I don't use them. Tadflower, it's so FortressCraft 2, when it ships, is going to be very much like Evolved. I'm not planning on like redoing a completely different research system. Bear in mind, the research wasn't in there for quite a long time, so 100% of the resources you gathered went back into gathering more resources. The research was only implemented as a way of as a item sink. So you would mine stuff and then they would just disappear. They turn into research. I'm not planning on redoing it because it's also a big logistics system. Like that's also part of it. You have to get everything to one focal point, which is really hard. Yeah, I don't like Factorio's combat. I don't like Dyson Sphere Program's combat. I did initially. It's got some cool bits, but it very quickly turns into a ball lake. And you can also just conquer. You can conquer and do stuff so quickly. It was barely worth them adding it. It's not a challenge. It's not interesting. Yeah. Have I beaten Factorio? Oh God, no. No, I have no interest. Honestly, I played Factorio before it hit Steam. When did Factorio arrive on Steam? Yeah, I haven't played it since before 2016. Now, part of the reason for this is because I don't want people to go, "Oh, you saw that from Factorio." I go, "I haven't played Factorio in 8 years, mate." I get to say that, so that's a lot of it. So my views on Factorio are probably very out of date, but I do pay attention to what's going on in Factorio because people chat about it a lot. I don't think there was a rocket when I played it. I don't recall. I mostly just ended up restarting and going, right, attacks off. This isn't fun. More than anything else, because I just wasn't. I wasn't enjoying it at all. I genuinely wasn't. If the game runs well on Steam Deck, I might go back to it. So I realize I haven't played it in almost a decade. I probably should. But yeah, so my opinions are of probably a very old version of Victoria. Again, same with Satisfactory. I played it. I had a cursory play. Nothing about it screamed at me. And I love the graphics in Satisfactory. Oh my word, it looks so good. And then I'm looking at all these Bezier curves and going, they're not going to run well endgame. And then going, I can't dig underground. Oh, okay. I wonder if I've got it on this computer. If I've got Factorio installed on this, I don't have it here. I mean, I've played it, and I would have beaten it, I'm sure, but I don't think, or whatever the equivalent was back then. But the bits I don't like are fundamental parts of the game. I utterly detest the combat. I utterly detest the logistics systems. And when I played it, they only had steam power, and that was annoying as hell. Because I was like, I could do it. It took them. I didn't have solar in. I'm a big fan of renewable energy systems in games. You say, yeah. I mean, does it have ad support? I need to have a look. Oh, I love that. Cited industrial craft and buildcraft Minecraft was for inspiration during the game's development. Really? Any other inspirations there, mate? You wanna mention? No. Okay, that's fine. Oh, 30 quid. For 24 minutes. Oh no, because I got it for free because I bought the pre-release version. Does say remote play on tablet. Does have partial controller support. Yeah, maybe. I love playing games on my Steam Deck. I absolutely love it. 180 hours in, so just at the start. God. Yeah, also, I mean, I don't have the time, but on games now, I also go, oh, cool, custom game settings. Right, just give me all the resources quickly. Wait. Objective endgame, I would say the organic solar is endgame. I mean, I'm going to make a note because I will take on board what you're saying. I think there should. Now, I was about to say there should be a way to grow biomass, and that'd be quite cool. But that would require energy. It needs to be a net gain. I don't have a specific one, do I? For it's just FortressCraft, isn't it? Balance. Consider biomass regrowth. But you do make a good point. However, that is very endgame, and now in FortressCraft Evolved, there won't quite be that same hard gating. So you will play it, and then it will hopefully smoothly blend from vanilla to Frozen Factory to Adventures Pack with the toxic caverns in the middle. So the game will have a single progression system. The only DLC is likely to be skins, and I might actually split the skins up so there's like many more skin packs, and they're a bit more expensive. More of a please support me thing rather than anything else. But yeah, but you need power to grow biomass, but you need to spend less power growing biomass than you spend. So that would effectively imagine that it took 50% of the power of one block to grow one block. I've made jet turbines 50% less efficient. But that'd be quite cool. Like having biomass growing would actually be a really cool idea. And honestly, FortressCraft's toxic cavern is radically underused. Like hugely. What? Oops, wrong one. Oh, okay. Gonna guess transparent additive. Cool. Good guess, wasn't it? No, I mean growing biomass, so you can farm biomass. Oh wait, Hannah, can you not? Yeah, can you not use the resin for surface turbines? I can't remember. It's been a very long time since I played FortressCraft, and I can't remember like the minutia of playing it. It will come back when I get back into it, I'm sure. no idea what this is going to be, but we'll work it out. HDRP inlet, color mode. Oh, double-sided, transparent, additive. Gonna guess that one. Right, don't it? Hey, it's been a while since I've seen that. Yes, thank you, Bluetooth. See, yeah. So yeah, so the biomass is a stopgap, and it'd be interesting to experiment with different things. So I have some ideas to make the game more roguelike, shall we say? So it'd be interesting, for example, if there's a tick box marked hive minds only grow in the toxic cavern, so hive minds will grow up to you. That could be interesting. I mean, you say that, Bluetooth. I figured it out. It's important to note that obviously I absolutely 100% didn't. I had to work it out from scratch. I didn't know it was possible. But, it became an idea. So now, whether or not it occurs to you that you can do it, it's a different thing. Yeah, all right. That's really a mistake. Like, it should be a net positive in all difficulty settings. But it does mean you don't have to bother schlepping stuff up from the depths. So, yeah. I think again, I mean, so I've been, in a nice way, slagging off DSP and Factorio, and I don't think those games criticize themselves enough. I criticize myself constantly, like all the time. So I don't like certain things about the game, and I will happily admit I don't like certain aspects of the game, or I don't understand how to improve certain aspects, or I don't know how certain things should be. I really like the biomass farming. I love the bringing the biomass up to the surface, refining it, and generating that closed loop of canisters. I really find that interesting. It's a really fun game mechanic. I love it a bit. Resin farming, again, very, very interesting. Really like it. But should it be a net gain? I think it should. I think it should be a game mechanic everybody goes for. So it's stuff like that. Like just I never. Yeah, I'm trying to phrase what to say. I never want you guys not to criticize my game in a nice way. Constructive criticism is not the same as the game's shit and the UI is ugly. That's not criticism. That's abuse. I wouldn't say there's a fine line. It's quite a major line. So, and I don't think Factorio, Satisfactory, DSP, I don't get any sense they're criticizing themselves about that. And I will try very hard to play the game and to change the game where I think it needs to be changed and to make things better where I think it needs to be better. Like, I don't recall if the in-game help explains about farming hive minds, but I think farming hive minds is a cool game mechanic because it's especially cool when you have been pumping lots of agitation into the hive mind, and then your power goes out, so the turrets go out, and then it starts to grow. I really, really, really like that. Yeah, I mean, I use the robot arms because it's easier to run multiple items on the belt, although you have to just be careful it never, ever, ever backs up, which is a tricksy thing. Yeah, Blue Trusty, I'm glad you use basic smelters because I have seen people go through the most insane mental gymnastics in order not to use um uh basic smelters. Like absolutely people hate using basic smelters. And I'm like, dude, they're like, oh, it's efficient. This is infinite resources. But I do try always to play the game. And before every patch, I would play the game through beginning to end. Networked with Patreons every patch since patch 14, and I'd stream every moment of it, and I would balance and improve things as I went along. So I've played through FortressCraft 20, 30 times. Thank you, you Uber Rubert. Thank you. That was quite difficult. Thank you very much. Glad I will be doing these more. Bear in mind, Tad, you don't get more normal smelters till tier 2. Basic smelters suck, but they're better than not having them, and they're supposed to suck. I mean, bear in mind, I've got three controversial changes coming to the game. Conveyor belts won't go up ceilings and walls. You will need to use corners on conveyor belts. I'll probably automate them. And you ain't getting 100 capacity storage hoppers till at least tier 2. Yeah. I know people are going to hate it. Well, Taddy, yes, but the other thing people don't seem to recall is that your goal is to work towards the end game, not to start with the end game. Nope, Bluetricity, that's not happening. If you've not seen the game, I'll hit play. I don't actually know if the game's in a running state right now, but I'll hit play anyway. That in it. You're not moving your starting smelter. That is definitely not happening. There's no hub for a start. Oh wow, that's not a good start. Having no camera. Well, let's pop outside. Yeah. So I don't quite know what's going with the lighting. Yeah. So you okay, my base is, why is it so pink? Not sure why it's pink. There we go. It's no longer pink. Yeah, so you will start. There's no crash spaceship stuff. That's all gone. Subnautica did it better than I did. So you have a base. It will have a roof. And that bit won't be there. And you'll be forced to walk in through the doors. Work in progress. So you'll have one smelter at the start. It will be here. It will stay there. That's it. This is fundamentally part of the base. I don't know why that is also right. I'm sure I fixed that last time. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, you'll actually have a base here. Obviously, you won't just walk to the walls. You've got your proper map, which again, why is it flat? Everything keeps breaking. Yes, you got your base. Your base is there. You can see you can fundamentally see the base. You can see known hive mines. You can see the uber mines as well. So there's less surprise for players. Why is it so dark? You've got your suit upgrade room in here, and for some reason a random smelter. Not sure why that's there. So you've got your suit upgrade thing. Why is it so? Okay, the lighting has gone fuckety again, but you know. In here, you've got your research room. So this is where you'll actually run your research station. So your base has power. So that, you know, there will be some definitely things done very differently. Some of the rooms unlock as time goes on. So in here, you've got your smelting room. This is the inside of the smelty bit where maybe you could do something. Don't know. Here you've got your manufacturing room. What my torchlight isn't working either. Oh, hopefully you can see that. I can barely see it. So here you've got a whole bunch of manufacturing plants. These are the manufacturing plants to start with. They are not automatable. Your self-crafting is also going to be seriously nerfed. And here you've got the med bay, I think. I don't know why the lighting is so broken. Actually, screw it. Let me just... I'll come here. Where is my base? I can turn off the lighting. And then Unity promptly goes, oh, I need to compile the shaders. Really? Do you, Unity? If I turn the lighting off, because it's just got really weirdly dark. Yeah, so you've got your manufacturing room here. So this is not automatable. So you start off with 5 things that you have to go and do by hand. So you'll be very keen, very quickly, I hope, to get out there and automate your base. You have your power system here, which just generates power for the base. Here's your research system. Again, research technically required power. So the thing about the early game is limited. Here's your suit upgrade system. You cannot really do much. You've got your base here. You've got your war room, suit upgrades, research, power, manufacturing, healing. I forgot what this was. This will probably become the war room, I guess. I can't remember. But you can't progress. This is a fixed size base. So one of the problems of FortressCraft, and yes, there's a CPH, that will be going. One of FortressCraft's problems, in my humble opinion, is that you started off with a tiny base and you just kind of try to organically jam stuff on it. So here you have a non-upgradable base. It's not very big. Anything you build will have to be out. Why not turn on the... Yeah, want the far field renderer for definite. So anything you do will be out of the base. So that means that you are encouraged to not just simply try and organically build around a singularity. You'll actually be doing it hopefully properly. Yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping this solves that problem. I mean, I really hope it solves that problem, or I have spent a lot of time. I also, at some point, not today, but at some point, I want to spend some more time with the far field renderer. So I now have low resolution data for the whole world. And I'll say it's seamless. It's not seamless yet. That's the problem. It's not too bad with the lighting on. He says as it looks terrible with the lighting on. So you've got the high detail voxels and then you've got the low detail far field. And I do some research into how to render that better because I can render it as voxels. But this should mean that you have got a draw distance in the hundreds at all points. I'm not actually sure why that should be. Where's the hive minds? Because they should be rendering too. Oh well. I mean, I might let you put stuff on the roof of it. But my point is, for the base, is you'll get given a base. And I think too many survival games start you off with go and place a workbench somewhere in the world. Like, that's not how real life works, is that? But hopefully this means that you'll go, right, I am now ready to start my smelting operation. And hopefully you don't start it here, you start it over here somewhere. I hope so. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this hopefully means that you cannot build stuff right next to this. You will start off by spreading your base out, or at least you're encouraged to spread your base out. But I'm thinking back through everything I've played, like Power World, DSP, Factorio, Core Keeper, Graveyard. Oh no, Graveyard Keeper. There we go. That's not a bad example. So Graveyard Keeper has fixed locations for stuff, and they're all spread out. So that kind of encourages you a bit. Yeah, but Cryo is that's a different tier of gameplay, so that doesn't matter. SME is making the point that the game should start as it would like you to continue, and I'm hoping it will do that to a much larger degree than previously. Still don't know why on earth it's also dark. Like, this run is going. I have a different approach for the start of the game now, but it's getting there. Slowly, bits and bobs. Everything is getting improving as time goes on, and some stuff looks very cool. My frame rate is utter shit. Wow, 30. Good grief. I'm on a 3080. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, the War Room gives you a surface cryo map, and they're just the ones from FortressCraft. They're slightly improved. But yeah, the lighting has gone wrong in here. But I don't know why this one doesn't appear to be working anymore. So, lost my train of thought. It happens. I'm about done, by the way. I do have errands to run. Not fun errands either, particularly. So I'm going to have to go and run those before it gets dark. But yeah, I will try and stream more, if for no other reason, just because people keep going, "Oh wow, you're doing a sequel," and I go, "Yeah, I've been talking about it for 5 years." And oh god, shit, Unity didn't crash once. Whoa, maybe they have fixed it. That'd be nice. So next, I don't say next week. I think next Friday I'm not going to be very available, but next stream, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and delete my save and play again from scratch. So as you saw, just fix things as they come up, because as you saw, the lighting's broken. I need to fix that. The storage hoppers that you get are facing the wrong way for reasons I don't know why. Things like that. So Bluetricity, if you are playing with the Adventures pack, bugs already don't just attack the center structure. But I'm not. I don't want. I want the player to have to make a bit more of a decision about how to defend stuff. So the bugs should be a bit smarter in their choice of thing. You lazy bugger. So yeah, they won't just be attacking the center structure. Also, just want to reassure people there will be no creepers. You will never lose stuff. You may or may not. You may or may not have stuff disabled. It will get re-enabled in some way, shape, or form. Maybe automatically, maybe a machine does it. I don't know. But I won't ever make the player rebuild stuff because that's not fun. That's one of my sort of core tenets of the game design. So yeah, pretty much I'm going to finish it unless there's any further questions. Otherwise, I said, please do like and subscribe, all that stuff. And I will be trying to go live more because I do enjoy it. As I said, it's exactly like having a shower. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go and have to get clothes off and warm it up, and then you get in the shower going, I love it in here. So I hate streaming. I hate missing streaming. I hate streaming, and then when I start streaming, I go, I really love it. Oh yeah. Um, Bluetricity. What? What are you talking about? You can't shit, mate. I mean, I say that. Why can't I see out live? There we go. All streams are available forever. This is why I try not to say anything racist, because it's stuck forever. But yeah, I all the streams are up there. I wish that I had an editor, and it's weird because I've been watching some YouTubers, and sometimes I watch older videos where they're growing and they're like, oh, I really can do with an editor. When you're making enough money from streams, you get edited versions. Schalke used to do it, but he very sensibly isn't doing it anymore. But yeah, they are always up there to watch forever, as long as you like. I'm not sure, but you get to skip through, so that's also good. But I will be moseying off now. So you are all, yeah, they're live. They're in live because they used to be live. They're streams, not videos. I know it's ridiculous, but I am going to mosey off now, and I love you all very much. You're all wonderful, wonderful people, and thank you, bottom of my heart, for Patreons who are keeping my lights on. And I am going to apologize on behalf of Unity for really bollocksing things up. I haven't been able to do proper work since November, end of November, maybe earlier, maybe September. It's been that long since I've been able to work properly, and it hasn't crashed today. It's still horrifically daunting. This project is insane, and I always come back to going, oh Jesus Christ, it's so insane. But we will progress. We will persevere. My goal was to try and make it playable. So October, November, my goal was at that point make the game playable. Right now, it's not playable. Stuff not it's a bit rubbish, but like you just deadlock on progression. So my goal will be fixing gaps in progression, fixing stuff that breaks, as we go along, fixing rendering issues, and we will progress. So thank you all for watching. Thank you. Everyone's coming out the woodwork now, and I will do my best to stream every Friday where I can, and I'll do my best just to do the occasional 1 or 2 hour streams. I do work off stream as well. I haven't streamed every minute of FortressCraft dev stream. My God, that's hundreds of hours, but it's just been so boring. Like, I haven't been doing anything interesting, and I do try and make the streams at least a little bit interesting. And there's a limit to what Dora. God, you lazy bugger! What Dora can manage. So I'll see you all on the flip side, and take care till the next stream. Or if I see you on Discord. I have to go quiet because if I hit stop, it'll cut me off, and it's really annoying when I'm in the middle of a sentence.